morning, folks. This is Kent once again with KJS Painting and Renovations. We're back today with how to fill hairline cracks in stucco. So the trick with filling these cracks is to come out early in the morning, because at this point the house is cool, and this is when these tiny cracks are going to be at their biggest, because as the building cools off, it tends to contract, opening up the cracks. So if I come out here later on when the sun is on here, the house is gonna heat up and expand, and then the cracks are gonna come together, and then so when I try to fill these cracks, what happens is I just can't do it. I'll come back in the morning and then I'll see the crack again. So there's a lot of different products you can use, but the right thing to use is an elastomeric. I have a textured elastomeric here. This one happens to be from Cullimore. I like this one. There's also a urethane based stuff. Sikaflex makes some good ones. But the trick is to get up in the morning and fill these cracks when the building is cool. It's also easier to see the hairline cracks because of the hard lighting. Otherwise will make it tough to see. It's just tough to work in the sun. So so here's the technique. What you do is you find a crack, and you start to fill that section. Really work it in, and then take and just really push it into the crack, and then I use a little circular motion to blend it in. Okay, here's the crack that was just filled. You can see the other part. It was about that width, just a hairline crack, and it goes up here, and you can see where the crack is continuing. And if you look closely, you can see, if you follow into the stucco here, this stucco patch here, you can see that hairline crack as well. You see I stopped here because it's best to hit this with a primer before we do the caulking. It's an elastomeric caulking. Before we did that, so I just wanted to show you that. You see these little cracks are just everywhere, and we're gonna go ahead and fill these first. And then after that, we're going to come back and paint this job. This is a previous job where it was so bad we did a bunch of carpentry here, and this has been sitting a couple months. It has to sit 28 days before it's ready for primer or paint. So we're going to do that a little bit later on today too. So I hope this was helpful on how to fill hairline cracks in a stucco house. Again, this is Kent with KJS Painting and Renovations. Thanks for taking time to watch the video. Hope it was helpful, and yeah, thanks.